Okay. Good evening once more. Okay, I'm not sharing. Okay. Okay, so my task was to work on the Linux agency. So it was basically using working on Linux fundamentals and also Linux privileges. So that's what I had. And it was more of a hands-on exercise. It was more of a hands-on exercise. So what I'm to do basically, as usual, I come and I start my machine. I've already started a machine, so I'm just going to add an R in case, so I shouldn't be short of time. Then I've already deployed the machine. The machine has already been deployed, so I'll move right away to the different task. Okay, so I think here I'm going to start back. Um, exit. Right here. Or I can just open a new tab. Maybe I think it's so this is it. Please wait about 1 minute. Okay, the username is agent47 and this is the password of my account. So I'll simply copy the username and I will log in through via SSH. So the IP address, I'm going to use the target IP address above. So I'll simply copy, and for the password, I'll put the SSH password. Password. What's happening? Incorrect password. Okay, I'm actually supposed to input the password of my computer first. That was a mistake. Yeah, I think it's moving well. Yeah, the password now works. That's okay. So presently I'm in. So after completing this first step, you'll see the mission and the password. So they say for Linux fundamentals, Agent 47, we are ICA, the Linux agency. We will test your Linux fundamentals. Let's see if you can pass all these challenges of basic Linux. The password of the next challenge, the password of the next mission will be the flag of that mission. Example, mission the run three will be the password of mission one. So if you can see, I already have the password of mission one. So I simply copied it and paste it here. So now moving on to mission two. Um, so to move on to mission two, I'll just type SU, which is super user mission one, please. Super user mission one, and I'll copy this password. Okay, so I'm now in mission one. So if you notice, I left from, I don't know if my screen is very visible, as I should increase. Increase it. Okay, let me see. I think I have to share all my screen. I can't share the screen. Yeah, I think it's okay now. So, trying to adjust things I'm not seeing right down. Okay. Okay, I think we can see now. So ls. I'll move to the home directory. So now I have that of I have the password of mission 2. So I will simply copy this. I simply copied this, then I came and pasted here at mission 2. Then I move on to the next mission. So SU mission 2, SU mission 2, then I paste the password. So same, I will still enter ls, and we notice that this is a flag, a flag. This is a flag, and it is in the form of a text. So I'll simply just open my flag using cat, and I have the password of mission 3. Cat is a command to open any file in a directory. You use the command cat. So after that, I simply came, I pasted it in mission 3. So now I have to look for the flag of mission 4. So I will still enter mission 3, SU mission 3, password, mission denied. I'll move to the home directory. Moving to the home directory, I still try to open flag, but oh, they say, okay, I'm really sorry, man. The flag is stolen by by some thieves. So what I can do here is I can open it with Nano. Nano is a text editor in Linux. So I'll open the flag, and when I open the flag, you see the password of mission 4. So this is it, mission 4. So I will simply copy it and exit. So basically, when I copy, I call my paste here. Then moving to the next SU mission 4. Since we found the flag of mission 4, then I'm now in mission 4 ls. Moving to the home directory, ls flag. Okay, that's a directory. Since it appears blue, appears blue is a directory. So if you want to confirm if it's a directory, I can make lsh. ls is the command to list all the files or all the documents in a directory. Then when we have the stroke lah, l means it's a long list, and that means listed on a long line, straight line. Then a is to show all the hidden files in the directory, all the hidden files in and directories in that directory. Then h is to make it human readable. So if I type it, you notice that it has been listed in a long line. Then E, it has shown all the hidden files. The files that start with a dot. Are all hidden files. All of them are hidden files. Then H are those who are human readable. So if you notice here, I don't know if you come here at this edge, you will see there are some files which starts with Z, and those files those are actually directories. That is, those are folders, and the ones which start with a stroke are actually files. And here, I think here is a path. That's why it starts with L. So seeing this as is blue and it starts with Z means it's a directory, and you cannot open a directory like a file. Like I cannot cut into a directory. They will tell me that flag is a directory, means I cannot cut into it. So I can actually open a directory. Open a directory, I have to use the command cd. Cd means change directory. So change directory flag. So now I'm in the flag directory. If you notice, I just had this thing here, but now I have the flag directory. So I'll list I'll list all the content in the flag directory, and you notice that is a flag.txt file. So I will simply try to open the file using cat. So open using cat, and that is the password of mission 5. So what I'll do is I'll come and I'll paste it here and move on. So moving on, I'll say S SU mission 5. SU mission 5. Yeah, since I had the password of mission 5, then I paste the password. I put ls. ls listing means I have a text file. Try to open it. File permissions denied. If I go to the home directory, lsh. Okay, so I have a text file which is hidden. That's why you see a dot. There's dot flag, so it means it's hidden. So if I so now I have to open a hidden file, because if you notice I made ls and I didn't see anything in the directory. But when I made ls using leh, showed me something. So to open this hidden file, I'm going to put cat dot flag. Since the flag starts with the file starts with a dot, so I'm going to put a dot there, and I have the password of mission 6. So yeah, I'm still going to paste it and move on. So SU mission 7, SU mission 7, yeah, mission 6, please. Paste it. ls permissions denied. Moving to the home directory. ls ls. So what am I having here? I'm still having the hidden file. So if I enter, yeah, here now it's a hidden directory. It's not a hidden file. So if you notice, we were up here. The file was hidden with a dot. With a dot was a text file hidden with a dot. And here now we have a directory since there's a D in front, which is so hidden. So I'll say dot flag. So I'm not into directory. And if I open, I still have it. So that is on mission 7. So SU mission 7. Put in the password. ls. Okay, I'm not in mission 7. Cat flag. Okay, permissions denied. Okay. So if I try to find it, how did I move this? Nation 7. Let's find. How did I look for this? Fine. Okay. Okay, so what I did is I used the command find, and name flag and wildcard. So def no. Okay, so this command I used was to actually find. So I was looking for if you notice, we notice that all our passwords have been in a file called flag. So I said I use the command find, which is to find any file in any directory. So the find and the stroke here, stroke means I want to start my finding from the root directory. So I said find starting from the root directory, and this option is it means the name. So I said the name is flag, and flag wildcard. Flag wildcard, that means you should find any file which starts with flag and can end with anything. So if it's flag.txt, flag1.txt, or anything. Then the other commands, two greater than def null, is actually a command to push all the unwanted or unrelated outputs to a new directory. That is, it's like a trash can which won't be saved. It won't be saved. So when I enter, you notice that it finds and it gives me the flag file here. So I'm simply going to open it. I come to cat. Cat. What did I do? I have it already. Look. cat. Okay, that's it. So okay, this mission 8, right? So what I did is I didn't have access to the flag file. If you notice from here, when I try to say cat flag into the house, when I say cat flag, it shows permission denied. Please excuse me, I'm trying to control this my children here. So um what I was saying is I tried to open the flag text file, but they kept on telling me permission denied and permission denied. So what I had to do is I had to change my directory to this home mission 7 before being able to open the flag file, and that is actually when I succeeded in opening it. So moving to the next, SU missions 8. SU mission 8. The password. Okay, now we're mission 8. So if we try to open this file, okay, permission denied. Let's, what are we having? So if I say card, where's it going to go? What is the card from? Okay. Let me say find. Directory mission 8. Yes. Okay. Let's try. I'm a little bit stuck here. What was I supposed to do? Mission 8, let me check. Mission 8. Maybe accidentally got into another house. Let's change directory. Mission 7. Okay, generation. Okay. I have it somewhere. Please find. So I'm going to put directory, find our directory name. So there. I think I'm stuck somewhere here. Mission 8. We have this flag. Master directory. Okay, so these are mission 9. CD, SEO, mission 9. Directory. That rock you. Okay. Okay, so if you notice the rock queue, I tried to open the rock queue file, but it has a lot of data in it. It has a lot of data in it. So we are going to open it with cat rock queue, and we are going to use a pipeline and grep mission 10. Grep is simply to find a text or a particular message in a file. So okay, so that's it. So there's a password mission 10. So what I did is we have the cat rock queue, which is to open um, the rock queue file, and we have a pipeline. Then with grep mission 10, I told you grep is to find a specific word in a file. So this pipe actually serves to divide this command and this command, and it actually makes it in such a way that this command here, that is cat rocky, becomes an input for the grep mission 10. So when we have all this as input now, you find a specific mission 10 text inside that rocky file. So that's how we had our mission 10. So I think if we move on to mission 10, mission 10, sorry, excuse me, mission 10. Okay, okay, okay. So mission 10, I have in a folder, change directory to folder. Okay, so here what we are going to do is um, we are going to find since let me see ls. So we're having a lot of folders, and we have to find the flag. Let's find the flag. So if we use find name flag text intro and there new. Okay, so what I use the find command since we had a lot of folders, and I can't be entering each of these folders to find the flag here. So we simply use the find command, which is used to find a file in different folders. So I find the file, this find to find the file. Then this dot means you have to start your finding from this present directory. That means I won't do like the slash which I find from the entire directory, but I use the dot from the present directory. Then the keyword or the name of the file which I'm looking for is flag. Is flag the text, and we have the two greater than def new is actually to eliminate all unnecessary information. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to put cat. Okay, so that's our mission 11. That's our mission 11. So I'm going to stop here for the Linux fundamentals, and I'll have a little bit because all the exercises or the challenges were just in that range, like opening directories and everything. So I think I'll move a little bit to the next part, which was a little bit challenging for me, which is the privilege escalation. Let me check. So I have yeah, fine. So for the privilege escalation, welcome to privilege escalation. Agent 47, glad you made it this far. Now here are some special targets. Your target is to teach these bad guys a lesson. Good luck, Agent 47. So SU into SU into Victor's using Victor's flag as password. So I'm going to go right down because Victor was the last challenge I did. So what is Victor's flag? So I had Victor's flag, so I'm simply going to copy it because it's Victor's password. So so when we have that, so if I come back to my terminal, I come back to my terminal and okay, if I come back to my terminal, I say su Victor password and I have the password. Okay, I'm now inside Victor's account. Am I into Victor's account already? Let me check. Okay, hold on, card. TC contact. Mm, okay, okay. So if I say change directory to this script, okay, so we have a file called agent 47. Um, what I need to do, card, card 47. Okay, so there's the content of the file when I try to open it. So by opening new file, what IP, so I config. Okay, my tunnel is okay, this is the IP address. Okay, so IP and C VNP security invalid. Am I doing security for okay, okay, so let me see it's LVNP, excuse me, for okay, so it's not listening and I'll try to add some script that 47. Okay, listen. Enter the house. Remove that from here. Okay, it's not listening. Okay, so I was trying to kind of like a brute force, but not really brute force. So if I enter cat flag, let's see. Okay, I have now Dahlia's password. So I'll simply come and I'll paste it here. So I'll paste it here. So moving on, sudo su sudo l. Okay, so zip file. So I had already some pre-built commands for them. So I'll simply copy. Then okay, okay. Permissions denied. Permissions denied. Yes. Okay, there's a flag test. So card flag. Okay, that's Sylvia's password. So we're going to move on to the next. Next is after Sylvia we have Razor. So for Razor, I'll simply if I sudo L, so it's on Git. So you can see the user Razor Razor. Come here. Okay, I'm going to use this. Okay. Okay. Also, I'm going to there's a Python script somewhere. Okay, this. I'm going to use this. Okay. So I'm now into readers. Okay, there's a flag. That flag. Let's see. Okay, so I have readers password. So I'll simply go and copy and paste it here. Reader. So after this, we are now in Jordan. So for Jordan, sudo L. Sudo L. Okay, he's here. It's here. Okay, try to open change directory. Got it. List it out. Okay, we have a gun shop. So change directory to 10. So it doesn't exist. Info directory. Okay, change directory to 10. Directory shop. Okay, let's. Okay, change directory shop. Okay, once in shop. There you go. Okay, it's sudo Jordan pad. Um, it was a file I created. Eraser. Okay, Jordan. Need to find a way to destroy this link. That Photoshop. I had build bash. Okay, that is great. a little bit stuck. Sorry, my text. Shop. Okay. Try to see. Jordan. Okay, we had his password. Okay, we had serial. Okay, after serial we have razor. Okay. Razor. User razor is allowed to execute. Shop. Okay. Permission tonight still. I think I'm a little bit stuck here. There was a script which I actually had to write down. I think, and he had to permit me and give me access to this file, but I think I've forgotten how I did that. I think I've forgotten how I did that. So I think I'm going to end here. Yeah, and questions.
No questions here. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I completed them all. Okay, okay, the research. Okay, okay, I had a research on. Let me check. Let me open the file. Okay, so I had a research on DarkSpectre Malware. Begin. Okay, so I was present on DarkSpectre Malware, which is a malware which has been around for 7 years and it has affected about 8.8 million users. So what's basically DarkSpectre Malware? It's actually a sophisticated Chinese threat actor who is behind all these dark spectral and is one of the largest and long lasting or the long running browser extension. So it's a malware which was found in browser extensions and they were actually used to actually gain information. So what they do is they first of all create a very normal and very functional extension. They allow it to run and make users to accept the the extension, popular extensions like we have Wapalizers and even Google Translate. Those are actually extensions. So how the black spectrum malware works is they first of all deploy their extension. So they upload it legitimately using legitimate sources, so they can just create any functional extension which people really love to use. So after deploying it, they now try to maintain it for about 3 to 5 years, make people accept it and make people see how relevant it is to the society. So after that, now after a lot of people have started using their extension, now they'll start weaponizing those extensions. So they'll start using them to push malicious updates, using them to activate time delay. They'll download also malicious payload from command and control servers to exploit their victims. So um, Black Spectrum malware is actually an advanced malware, and I think, yeah, I remember that. Excuse me, I'm trying to go back. Yeah, so it's actually an advanced malware which has its own evasion techniques. So the evasion techniques which the Black Spectrum malware uses to evade from its users, we have the steganography, we have time delayed activation, we have heavy obfuscation, and we have remote code injection. So simply what this means is, first, for steganography, they try to hide these they try to hide their malware in pictures. They try to hide it in other extensions, as we said, in the extension, in the pictures of the extensions and so on. They also have the time delay activation. That means they take a lot of time before they activate their malware. So you wait for about 3 to 48 hours before any activation. So it actually makes the user not to be able to detect it because maybe after you've used, when you just activate an extension, you might be able to use it actively for about 1 or 2 hours. So after those 3 to 48 hours, that's actually when they start deploying their code. So those are the methods they use to evade from users. And they also use heavy obfuscation, that is, try to hide their data heavily in using embedded or the XOR encryption method, the XOR encryption method. And also for the remote code injection, they actually um, activate or they actually deploy their code remotely in what we call C2 servers. C2 servers are simply control and is how do we call it, control, command and control, yeah, command and control servers. So they are simply servers which are mostly used by a malicious actor, which they command and they are able to control users or their targets. So for the next, why it matters in society, first of all, we have the statistical impact, which we know that the black malware has infected about 8.8 million users, or 8.8 million users have been compromised. and it's a malware which has been active for the past 7 years already. So it's actually something which matters a lot. Then he has that has actually affected, or they're actually using about 300 plus malicious extensions. So there are malicious extensions which we actually deploy. So they actually come by default. They actually come as a Trojan horse that is an acceptable application, which makes us believe that they are actually of use. Meanwhile, they are used actually for malicious purposes, and they have 28 plus platforms which they target. So this black spectrum malware is mostly used for corporate espionage. So it can spy on people using maybe you can spy on people in their root, in their Google Meet, spy on people in their Zoom meetings, and it's also another means for mass surveillance and fraud. So search query hijacking for affiliated fraud, there's comprehension browsing history tracking, and there's personal data harvesting at massive scale. So it takes a lot of users' data. Then another impact of this is that it's a nation state level operation, because this malware was created or was made by mainly by China, and it's also hosted in Alibaba Cloud. So it's actually a Chinese malware which has been created to actually espionage on other countries. So it's a nation state level operation. So the evolving threat landscape. So why dark spectrum succeeded? The first is market vulnerability and user trust exploitation. First, for market vulnerability, it review once, updates anytime model. Then it has limited automation detection capabilities. Extensions, you don't really we don't really many people don't really have systems which actually try to check or detect any malicious activities in them. And there is no continuous monitoring of live extensions. That's basically because many people don't use extensions all the time. You might just use it for a specific task. So it's not something which people used to pay a lot of attention in it. Then for user trust exploitation, I think this is one of the main or the biggest advantage for why it succeeded, because they first of all try to create something which is valid and which is acceptable by people. Then after a long or after a period of time now, or years now, they start start injecting their malicious code to espionage or to steal data from their users. So the critical defense strategies to defend ourselves from these march from this spectral malware. First of all, we have extension allow listing. So we only approve extensions after security review. So we ensure centrally enforce centrally in enterprises. So if you're working at enterprise, users or their employees should approve each extensions which are being used in their computers. Then we have behavioral monitoring. So monitor for unusual network connections, delay activation patterns, and dynamic payload delivery. So while using an extension, you also have to be very keen. You have to monitor how it works and the different how it moves, or how if it tries to activate or to move to another privilege you're not which is not allowed to. Then we have the zero trust principle. We have to apply conditional access control to browser sessions, limit what compromised sessions can access. So another thing is so that our browsers by default trust a lot of applications or a lot of extensions. So if we can apply a zero trust principle, which can trust just some particular certified extensions, then it will be better. And I know the spectrum malware actually affected our popular browsers, like we have Chrome, Microsoft, Firefox, and some other top browsers. But out of my knowledge, what I checked, I didn't see browsers like Brave browser. So I think if we use secure browsers like Brave browsers, we are more going to be safe from this kind of malware. So the key takeaway is that dark spectrum represents the evolution of cyber threats from opportunistic criminals to patient, well-funded operations and strategic scale with nation-state resources. Then we also have browser extensions have become a critical supply chain attack vector. They review once, update anytime. Marketplace model enables attacks bypass security through patience and time delayed activation. So This has actually made us understand that extensions which you used to maybe just use for some particular tasks can now be a whole supply chain or a threat actor for insiders or attackers to compromise our system. So thank you for listening. I think this is the end of my presentation on Spectrum Malware. Any questions or discussions?
I have a couple. I don't know if your partner's here first, though.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I gotta find what I had here.
Okay.
You can go ahead, Hinton.
What are some IOCs that defenders can look for to identify this?
And ISCs, you mean internet service providers or?
Oh, indicators of compromise.
Okay, indicators,
detection.
IOCs, okay, indicators of compromise. So please come again with your question.
What are some IOCs that we can look for to identify if we're compromised by this malware?
Okay, basically, I don't know if there is any way to actually detect it, but probably I think the first thing to know or to actually try to confirm, because they said this malware works on 300, it has 300 malicious extensions. So the first thing we have to do is you have to try maybe to look at the list of the different extensions which serve as a backdoor or a Trojan horse for this specific spectrum malware, and try to maybe limit them, to limit or to avoid using them. Then for the indication of compromise, I think maybe you just have to try to look at the behavior of your browser and how your browser behaves. If maybe your data or your internet is slow, or it depends, yeah, specifically on the type of on the type of extension, because I think maybe the different extensions will have their different roles, and maybe you'll be exploited in that different role. So yeah, that's what I can say about it.
Can EDR tools reliably detect this, or does it bypass traditional security?
I think an easier tool can detect it. You know, if they try to access more advanced privileges, then I think you'll be able to detect that, okay, this person logged in here, this person logged in there here. But detecting the malware or the dark spectrum malware as a whole or on its own, then I don't know. I can't say much on it. But I think the IGR can actually detect that, okay, this person logged in, or someone logged in, or someone tried to have privilege on something here.
And my last question that I have is, if you were a SOC analyst, what would your first response be if you got an alert that this malware was on in the system?
Okay, the first thing I will do if I'm in an organization, I will first of all tell everyone to delete all or delete all their extensions which they have added in each computer. So they should first of all delete all the extensions. Then using our extended detection and response, we will try to maybe look for the particular infected computers in the organization. And after seeing the infected computers, we try to first of all quarantine them, you know, bringing them out of the information system. Then maybe you can all try to check or we do more threat modeling to see the specific attack which they have been compromised for. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. That's the first thing I would do.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm all set on questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have a couple, if that's okay.
Yeah, go on.
Does it leverage legitimate tools like living off the land tools to blend in, or how does that work?
Okay, you mean, please come again?
Like, does it leverage living off the land tools to blend in?
Please, can you expatiate what you mean by living off the land?
Hang on one second. I'll just ask you a different one. How does it evade antivirus or EDR solutions?
Okay. Had the points here. First, what it does is we have it has a heavy obfuscation. That means they use the XOR encryption method to hide themselves or to obfuscate themselves in a system. Then they also do what we call steganography, which they hide themselves in hidden files or images in the extension icon itself. So those are actually methods which they use to evade antivirus detection. Yeah, and they also have what we call it time delay activation. So maybe once the extension has been accepted already, they now deploy or they inject now their malicious code later on 3 to 48 hours later after they have you have activated the extension. So these are the methods they use to evade those.
Okay. And how does it move laterally within the network?
Specifically, I can't tell because you depend on the type of malware of malware because when we talk about dark spectral malware, they are actually it's actually a malware, but now the movement now depends on this on the attacker because you can use the malware and he uses now a different method to move through the network. So it depends. The malware is just a threat vector or a threat in the system, and now the threat actor or the attacker now tries to exploit it now using his different methods to move into the system. I think that's what I can say.
Okay. Okay. I think that's all the questions I had as well. Thank you.
I had one more. I was curious about your first question. I'll rephrase it. Does it use resources on the victim computer or system in order to achieve what it's doing, like lateral movement, privilege escalation, things like that?
Yeah, of course it
Thank you.
does, because it does, because those are extensions which we download. Like, if you open the extension list here, these are extensions. Like these are the list of extensions I have. So the more extensions you have, the RAM or the processor, the more it uses more RAM and more processor. So for example, if there's a malicious extension which takes a lot of RAM and a lot of processor, you're definitely going to see it on your task manager telling you that, okay, there's something on your Chrome which is taking a lot of resources. So I think it can be detected by it can be read or it can be seen by your computer.
Is it using like programs and systems within the computer, software and stuff, or is it just using the RAM and CPU and stuff?
There now would depend. It would depend now because if, for example, after the extension has been installed and he has been able to have some privileges and he escalates, now he can now maybe even control your system. So he can even use another program or any he can attempt to use any program he wants.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Great job.
Yeah. Thank you.